So, the past 2 days, but particularly yesterday, have been really fucking hard. I don't know, maybe because I'm coming off my period, maybe it's that, maybe it's hormones. I don't know. I think this has been something building up for a while, but my brain is so loud. And I feel like I'm ready to jump out of my skin. I'm in my car, look at my bun. But yesterday I ended up going to the park and I did something I've never done before. I went to the park with earbuds, earplugs on, and that was the best thing I've ever done for myself. I oftentimes like being in nature, but I don't when my brain is on fire. I don't want to hear all the sounds. Um, I know to some people that might sound contradictory to why people go to nature, but I really like, I forget, I guess, that I have these things going on, these sensitivities, and I don't usually understand what's happening. I put those earbuds on and my brain is so fucking loud. Like, imagine, for all of my 90s people, how those old TVs used to sound back in the day. They had that high pitched squeal. I can't even do it. Even the sound of my own voice is bothering me right now, but I have to talk about this. But that high pitched squeal of TVs, um, that plus white noise static, like you would hear on a TV, plus just it's an audible brain sound and a feeling like I don't know, chicken frying. I don't brain fry. I don't know. It is a feeling like tingles, like something is crawling all over my brain. Not literally, but the feeling of. And it's so much. Um, but I went to the park with earbuds on, and that was the best thing I could have ever did. It was an actual pleasant experience, walking around. A part of me just is so needing to be out in nature, needing to touch some trees. I didn't even care about the potential safety aspect, which I could still hear. It just was, everything was muffled, and it just made everything so wonderful. I took some beautiful pictures. Um, I might post some in this video, but I did post some on my Tumblr. But anyways, um, lights is too bright, sounds are too loud, and my brain is too loud. I have two parts of me constantly at war. The part of me that needs silence and just wants to hear nothing, and the part of me that's chronically bored. I guess the ADHD versus autistic side, I don't know. But both of them are fighting for space, and it's like I can never please either one of them. Um, and I'm just so, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I went to sleep early last night, maybe about 10 or 11. I woke up at 4. And I had really weird dreams, or a dream. I can't even remember what it was about, but it was just really, really weird. And then I woke up and it felt like somebody was in the room with me. Like something was just watching me. And, I I'm kind of used to being around spirits when it comes to like my house is old, so well the house is not that old, but the property is been in my family for like 80 plus years. So it's a lot of energy on that property. It's a lot of energy in the house. Um, the original house was built in the 50s. That's not the same house that I live in though. But it's a lot of energy. So I'm used to being around spirits. I don't even feel them anymore. But I'm not sure if it was so much of a spirit versus paranoia. I don't know. It was very weird. I just like when I woke up, I just in the dream, it was weird. Like I'm trying to remember. In the dream, it felt like something was there. Like I can't remember the dream, but it felt like something was there or it came into the dream and jolted me out of my sleep. You get what I mean? And as I'm trying to go back to sleep, just this feeling of something, I want to say menacing, but that's not the right word. It was just big, I guess, in the room just watching me like very intensely watching me. And it was so strange, and I don't know if it's like it didn't, I don't know. It didn't feel like a spirit. I'm not even really sure it was a presence. I'm not sure if it was just because my brain is so chronically overwhelmed and so overstimulated that I don't know. It just didn't feel like how a normal thing would feel. Or I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying not to make it feel like something. I don't know. But whatever it was, it's like it would not go away for a while. I had to almost conjure up. I call it Lelu. It's it's the male counterpart to the mother. So like if Kali is the mother of darkness, like she is the black of space and the unknown and all of that. Lelu is like the complete opposite. He is the light. He is um the thing that brings clarity to the darkness. You get what I mean? I guess it'd be considered like Lucifer. I don't know. I just call it Lulu. It's a very beautiful, benevolent presence. Anyway, I feel like it wasn't until I brought that energy in that this thing kind of went away, but it still was around. It was very weird, very weird, and I couldn't go back to sleep, even though I was still sleepy. And like I said, I wasn't sure if it was an actual presence because it didn't feel like a spirit. Could have been an alien. I don't fucking know. But it didn't really feel like a spirit. It was just, it was weird. And I ended up, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. I ended up just staying up. And one thing I did notice is that as I'm laying there, I did eventually put earplugs back in. As I'm laying there, I noticed this yesterday. Okay, like when I'm trying not to move too much because I have to go do things in a minute. But I noticed this like whenever my mind is in that extreme overwhelm, overstimulated feeling, and it literally feels like my brain is frying. Like I can almost hear chicken frying in my brain. It's not even a joke. It's like a high pitch and it's so fucking loud. It like takes over everything, my thoughts. everything. And but just before that, my brain will just start chattering, just like, it sounds like, I want to say like 100 voices just talking, and every once in a while a few words will come up out of the mass of conversations. And it's like, and it's just like a bunch of things just talking. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking? Like, what are you talking about even, you know? And I just noticed that, just like a lot of chatter. Just random conversations about nothing. Words that don't even make sense. Just talking. And as I'm laying in bed, it was it wasn't any things talking. It's like I have a weird thing where it's like there's lots of chatter, lots of talking, and then nothing. Like no words, no thoughts, just the sizzling sounds and the high pitched squeal. And I noticed, like, I don't know, it's just like words that don't make sense. Like, sentence or something. Like, what? I'll hear like knocking sounds. I used to hear that all the time. Like, I used to think it was my grandmother or something. She's the only person who would do shit like that. Like, literally 3 knocks. Bam, bam, bam. And it's usually when I'm supposed to wake up and I don't want to get up. And so I'll go back to sleep and I'll be bow, bow, bow. I'm like, what the fuck was that? It's like so loud. It sounds like the police knocking. Like loud. But it wasn't that this time. It was just like little random sounds of things. Little popping sounds. I know some of it was like water bottles and shit in my room, but little knocks. I feel like something like that jolted me out of my sleep, you know? Just little random words, voices. Like, and it's like, on the surface, like when it first happens, it makes sense. But then when I think about it, I'm like, what? What? The fuck does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like in a dream where things make sense in the dream, but when you come out the dream, you're like, what the fuck? I don't know. But I'm attributing all of that to the extreme overwhelm that I was feeling yesterday. I'm feeling it right now. Like, it's just hard to think. It's hard to function. And like I said, 2 parts of my brain are just battling it out. One half wants to do all the talking, and the other half just doesn't want to hear anything at all. And it's like, I can't win. But I probably should get some sort of medication for moments like that. It doesn't happen that often, but when it does, it's just so hard to come out of it. So after I work today, I'm going to be off. And tomorrow, I don't know, it's like I want to go back to the park, but tomorrow I just might force myself to just not do anything. And that's so hard when everything is so loud. But anyway, I'll probably talk some more later. I gotta go. So thanks for listening. I might post pictures of my trees. They're really good. Like, I feel like I'm a really good nature photographer in my head. Bye. Okay, so we back. This is, I guess, later on. I am so tired, honey. I gave my cats a bath, gave myself a bath, and I am spent. I do feel better from earlier today. I don't know why it looks blurry. It looks blurry. I don't know. I feel a little better from earlier today. Earlier today and yesterday, I just, oh my God. But anyway, what I remembered was what woke me up last night. Remember I was talking about hearing knocks. I used to hear that all the time, years back. What woke me up was it sounded like my door opened and closed. That's what woke me up. And when I got up, I was like, the fuck? I turned on the light, nothing. Nothing in my room. But it sure felt like something was in my room. Heavy in my room. Looking around, don't see nothing. Now I didn't get up. Survival skill 0. Because I was not getting up. Unless you was attacking, I wouldn't get up. That's sad. That's pretty sad. But anyway, so yeah, that's what woke me up. And I just remember feeling like I'm in my room right now. It's like, it's my feet, something. Because internet be weird. Something felt like it was like right here. And it was just like menacing looking at me. But not attacking me. It's like in my mind, I felt afraid like it would. But nothing attacking me. It just was standing there staring at me. And anyway, like I said, brought the lights out of my chest. Go away. I keep on saying go away. Normally when I say go away, things go away, but this would not go away. But eventually when I brought Lelu out, it went away. It was like and it just went away, but it didn't leave completely. It like left my room and was like standing just beyond, and then eventually it left and I didn't feel anything anymore. And it's just, that was weird. I did eventually get up. Of course there was nothing in the house. To get out of my house is a very noisy endeavor. Because all the doors creak in this bitch. All the doors creak. And to get these bars off, you gotta do a lot of work. So it wasn't nobody in the house, but that's what woke me up. I felt like I heard my door go click, like it closed sharply, So that was very interesting. I don't feel anything going on right now. We'll see. But like I said, yesterday mentally, for me, even today mentally, was really fucking hard. Just sensitive to everything. And then as the day wore on, it just started to fall. I did feel like I had a fever at some point. Like when I felt I know it was hot today, but when I felt my head, I was like burning hot. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just my brain. Like my head felt so hot, like ugh. But anyway, I feel better now. I did eat. I hadn't ate anything earlier either. But anyways, so yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. There was more in the dream that I just cannot remember. It was very weird and strange. I do have more that I want to talk about, but I'm not gonna do it today. I'm finna drink some water and lay my ass down. I'm not even gonna work out. Normally I usually work out like 5 to 6 times a week, small workouts. I usually do, honestly, no more than 10 minutes, sometimes 5. And that's been working for me. I ain't doing that today. I'm finna lay down. I'm finna go to bed. And yeah. So I think that's it. Oh, and shout out to the people who've been subscribing. I love you. Thank you for subscribing. Why? Why are you here? Do you like hearing me ramble? Or am I just saying something interesting, in that one video, Cause I don't really want this channel to get big like that. I just want, like, I would like it to be people who really get, like, who are very much like me and get what I'm talking about. Like, they get it, you know. I don't want randos, and I don't want people that I know finding this channel. That didn't already happen once. I was like, respectfully unsubscribe, because this ain't for you. I told somebody that. Just unsubscribe. This ain't for you. It's a lot of it's gonna piss you off. You ain't gonna agree with. Just unsubscribe. Do yourself a favor. Do me a favor, because I ain't talking about it. I ain't explaining shit. So if you ain't unsubscribe, yeah, do it for yourself. But yeah, I don't want this channel getting too big. This is my, like, you know, in the backwoods. It's in the back rooms of YouTube. Like, you know, you just find on a random Wednesday scrolling at 2 a.m. like, oh, this looks interesting, you know, and you just kind of go about your way. Like, that ain't really what I want. I just want to talk about shit and mind my own business, and no one I know knows, you know, because this ain't for you. None of this is for you. So, and just have really long conversations. And sometimes I rewatch my own videos just because I want to hear myself talk. And a lot of times I really like what I'm saying. Like, it's something I said that I want to rehear. I want to hear it again. And sometimes I literally just don't want to hear nobody else's voice except for mine. I like to hear myself talk sometimes. So yeah. So thank you for subscribing. I hope that you enjoy what you see here. But don't go spread this around. This is shh. Keep it on the hush. Shh. Don't tell nobody. Maybe that one friend that really gets, you know, the stuff I be talking about here. But don't go spreading this around. Victoria.